Welcome everyone, this is Coda. So, uh, in lieu of actually doing another Visible Ink run, I'm actually going to play this game I haven't played in a while. It's Dungeons of the Endless. It's kind of a tower defense strategy game. I played it back when it was in early access, and I just picked it up again. I tried one run and it didn't go so well. I think, is there a way for me to see? Yeah, I died on like the third, fourth level here. So we'll see how this goes. It's actually fairly strategic and it can be fairly difficult, especially some of the stages, some of the scenarios that you can play in this game. But I'm gonna pick it up again. I did notice some changes that they made from the early access. So we'll see how this goes. All right. All right. The art here is actually, I think it's pixel art. It's kind of interesting. I like Clay's art style better than this, but it's interesting. Yeah, I'll just go with random heroes. Some of these are better. I know some of these from early access. Max, all the characters have various weapons that they use, and it's actually kind of useful to have actually have your characters have different weapons, because if you have items that you pick up, they don't. It's easier to equip your characters if they don't all use guns, for instance. But I'm just gonna go random. I think that's what I always did in early access, and it worked out okay. There was a couple characters I must have unlocked. How do I go random? What? Alright. I just wanted to go random. Okay, random. Okay. Once you beat the game, I'm pretty sure you unlock other types of scenarios, and I did play a few scenarios back in early access, so we'll see if I can't get to that point again. Alright, so I have my characters here is Cork, the Butcher. He was in early access when I was playing. He carries a machine gun. He's actually very strong, has a high defense, and he's a very good tank. So he can take a lot of abuse and still survive. I really like him, but his drawback is his speed is really slow. He moves around really slowly. Professor Natello. I forget if this guy is like unlocked because you bought the game earlier. I'm not sure. He's smart, which means he can operate some of the defense structures that you can build in this game, and he carries a gun. Okay, so pretty good start. I mean, pretty decent start here. So in this game, what happens is you have a stage, and you're trying to get to the exit in each level. You do so by opening doors, and when you open a door, you unlock another room where the room can have enemies that spawn. The enemies are actually trying to go to this crystal that is kind of your home base, and if they get to the crystal and destroy it, then well, you lose. But the tower defense comes in the fact that once you actually get into a room, you can basically power it by using dust that kind of accumulates as you explore more, and in any powered room, you can create structures. There's structures that increase your economy, your growth, and there's structures that help you like deal damage to the enemies that spawn. And you have to be strategic in which rooms you power and what structures you build in those powered rooms. Normally, you'll build the generator structures in order to accumulate more industry, more science, or more food. Food helps you level up. Science helps you research things that improve your structures, or gets access to more structures, and industry is just an overall, you need to build other structures. So I'm gonna just start with this structure here, and yeah, let's just start exploring. One of the things that happens is in any powered room, when you open a door, if a room is unpowered, there's a chance that the enemies will spawn from that room. So, so you're you want to make sure that the way that you open the doors is kind of strategic, so that you don't get flanked by spawning enemies in the where you were previously. Alright, so I'm just gonna explore all the way to the end of this pathway. Alright, let's technically enemies spawn in rooms that are don't spawn in rooms that are powered, or if there's a character in that room. So it's possible for me to open a room and then quickly retreat to the previous room, and no enemies will actually spawn in the previous room. Alright. So this merchant that you can come across at randomly in the rooms sells items. Back in early access, I know these items were always sold using dust, the same thing you use, the same currency that you use to power rooms. They since changed at some point to be, I think, a random currency. So I guess this thing is powered by food. All right. So the question is, do I want to create another generator so that I can purchase more things here? I think I sort of do. Because otherwise I get 4. There's only so many doorways in each floor. And I think in the first floor it's between, I want to say, 12 and 15 or so. So given that I opened 5 doorways, I have like 7 to 10 more doors, which means I can get 21 to 30 more food if I plant this down. Oh gosh, I don't think I really want to. I really want this gun though. Is it really going to have 10 more doors? Is the question. I don't think so. Industry is really important because that's kind of, you don't get a lot of it. Yeah, alright, I have enough of it. I probably should have planted this a little, like 1 turn earlier. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright. And I'll go ahead and purchase this. And I'll try to purchase these 2 before I exit this level. Alright. Let's go over here. I think on the first level, sometimes when enemies spawn in a room with a merchant or near a merchant, they'll actually attack the merchant. But I don't think on the first level there's any enemy mobs that do that actually try to kill the merchant. Alright, so that was a self-powered room, so I didn't actually need dust to power that room. I guess I want to. I'm just gonna go this way. Another self-powered room. Alright, so there's enemies spawning from here. Okay, none of it's attacking. Oh, whoops. I actually need these guys to probably be in this room. Yeah, those crystal ones that were slow would actually have attacked this module. So you need to actually protect your structures after you build them, especially your generators. Alright, he can handle that. I'm going to move this guy over here. Yeah, Gronk, or Gork barely takes damage. Alright, keep on opening doors this way. This at door number 8. I think I'll have like maybe 2 or 3 more doors. Alright. Again, I could use these prisoner pods that I can basically put down in these spots on the ground, but not strictly necessary. I don't want to use more defense than necessary. I'm kind of greedy, just like I'm when I play Invisible Ink. I try to make way, or try to get away with as little expenditure as possible, which is probably a lot worse in this game. Actually, I tend to die a lot more. Alright, I don't want to have anything spawn in this direction because I want to funnel it to Gork if it spawns at all. So I'll light it up like that. Alright, so like if you see, no enemies will spawn here, but an enemy can spawn over here or here, and that they will go to get killed by Gork. Alright, so I only expect like a couple more doorways here. Alright, buddy. Don't die on me. Yeah. Let's light this one up. I think I might want to level this guy up. He's going to take more and more damage. When you level him up, you see what increases, and generally this guy increases defense, which is like abysmal at the start for him. Alright, so this is this structure right here. Oh boy. I probably do need to just boy. Alright, let's try to just level this guy up. And maybe even move him away. Whew. Alright. Alright, so this structure right here, this is a science structure. So using science that you know, you can research things. Fortunately, I don't have enough science to research for this industry generator, which is useful to improve my how much industry I get. Normally you start with the generator level 1 that only does 3 industry, but if you improve it, it goes up to 4 on level 2, so it's like a 30% improvement. So we'll see if I can't get to, I need to open like 4 more doors. I don't think I will, but we'll see. Alright, at this point, I think I will spend like a couple of Alright, I'll just funnel to this spot here. Okay, so these crystals actually don't attack the generators. They attack the. They just go straight for the golden crystal. Okay. Yeah. You can pause the game at any time. But it does take a certain amount of time to actually build structures, so you have to be careful about planning. Alright, so I have 45. I need 46, so hopefully I can open this door and it won't be the last door of this level, although I have my doubts. Okay, sweet. This is not the last door of the level. Alright, let's go ahead and power this room. You can, sometimes when you gain dust when opening a door, you can immediately power some rooms that you normally have uncovered, and that will prevent the spawn from that room. Alright. Okay. Alright, so here I'll research level 2 of the generator. This kip cannon is actually kind of useful if you have enough science. But I think generator is actually really useful. And I need to buy from the merchant before the end of this level. Alright, HP manual. This is another item that I didn't see in the early access that I saw in my quick playthrough. So it unlocks Team Spirit. Actually, this is Team Spirit. Team Spirit is like bonus if you're not alone. So I don't think you can have more than one of that ability on a character. So I'll just give it to him. Alright, when you're actually researching something from this science crystal, mobs will attack it if they come across it, so you have to be careful. But this is the last, when you open the last door of a level, anything that is currently being researched automatically finishes, otherwise it would normally take like 3 turns. And also nothing spawns, so I think that was it. Let's go ahead and have him talk to the vendor and purchase the equipment I can get here. Always really good to... I like this game in the RPG aspect of the game. You actually feel like you're equipping with random or improving your characters with cool gear. And it offers a bit of strategy in the game. Alright, so I'm going to station Gork here. He doesn't move. When you're done with the level, you have to basically, you're going to do a special action with this crystal where you carry the crystal to the exit. And while mobs are spawning and attacking you along the way. That does mean that the slower characters are kind of not that great. So I'm going to station Gork there, and I'm going to try and not get creamed on this run through. Okay, I think everything's set. Yeah, I don't have enough. I could technically drop more structures, like more prisoner pods to hurt the enemies, but I think this should be fine. Alright, we'll see. Yeah, you move at half speed when you exit the level. Alright, and Gork, he moves at very slow speeds. Like he barely moves any faster than this guy with the crystal. Alright, so once you get to the exit, you click on the exit.